Certainly, winning the Southern Conference Championship is a highlight of the campaign. How we ended was disappointing, but if you look at the total picture of what we did, it was very impressive for our guys, I think. I thought the month of April, with how we pitched, the streak with consecutive innings out of the bullpen without giving up a run, our starting pitching, what they did through that month, I think we had 5 or 6 shutouts during that month. At a time where we could have went either way. We had some injuries on the mound. Cernodle was out. Webb was out. 2 guys who had started out on the conference weekends, throwing Friday and Saturday for us, and both of those guys went down. And it's hard to recover when you lose 2 weekend guys. And I didn't think we missed a beat. I thought some of the other guys, Gerwood and Farrar, stepped up, and Dylan Clark was phenomenal for us. So when I look at the big picture and what we did, I think with the injuries we had with those 2 guys and what we were still able to accomplish, it was pretty special for our guys. We had some identity crisis, I guess you would say, during that time. Who's going to fill in, who's going to do this. And, what put us in limbo, I thought, more than anything, was just how long these guys were going to be out. We couldn't figure out what was going on with Webb. We couldn't get him healthy. We knew Cernodle had banged himself up a little bit, but we thought over time he would be better. Unfortunately, we got him back towards the end. But I just think it's having guys prepared. We had stretched out Dylan Clark a couple times prior to those injuries, which helped. His pitch count was able to be up and be ready. Sometimes if you're not prepared and you don't do that, then you can't get a guy ready fast enough, and you end up losing a couple games that'll cost you. And we won the conference by 1 game, so it tells you how important having him ready was for our program, for our team. And then Thomas Gerwood, what he did, had been a closer for us, and done that for 3 straight years. And, we prepared him to start and close coming into the season. So we were fortunate again to have his pitch count up and ready to go. I thought those 2 guys were really, really important for us. And their ability to go ahead and stretch out and be able to give us 6th and 7th innings, right from the start. I think it allowed us to get over those injuries and really find ourselves. But, and I also thought during that time, we knew we were pretty good on the mound, but when those 2 guys came in and gave us some good outings, we said, okay, if we can get everybody healthy, we got a chance to be really, really good on the mound. So. We had 4 guys go, and we were disappointed and we didn't get 1 or 2 more. I was certainly hoping Neil would get a chance and Jared. So hopefully through free agent route, maybe those guys can get picked up. But, I hope it says that we're continuing to develop our players. I think you look at what's happened over the last 3 campaigns. In 2009, we had 7 drafted. In 2010, we had 7 drafted. And this year, we had 4. So do the math. We're doing some things right and getting these guys to the next level. But it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of effort put into it, both by our staff and our players. And we tell our kids, if you have the ability and you're willing to work, then great things can happen for you. You just got to put your time in. And we feel like our kids are doing that for the most part. And some of these guys are being rewarded. Now, it's not to say Neil didn't. He had a great career here and worked his tail off, and just wasn't fortunate enough to have his name called. But we're working hard to get him an opportunity. But I like where we are. We bring in talented kids, but we coach our kids. We work really hard at trying to get them better, and that's important to us. I think sometimes you feel like you spoil some of your fans and some people because they think you ought to win every game you play, and it's difficult. It's very hard to win a championship. We've been very fortunate to win 3 out of the last 4. But again, it goes back to Coach Huffstetler, Coach Starbuck, and their recruiting efforts, bringing in great players for us. And then it goes back to our preparation through the fall and into early February and getting our guys ready to play. Playing the game the right way, working hard at it, really putting your time and effort into it and doing it right. We don't roll the balls out there. We teach them, and we try to make sure they understand the game. We want them knowledgeable, and we want kids that can coach themselves. So we prepare them as good as we think you can. And hopefully if they show up and they're ready to go without distractions, then they're going to perform for us. But I'm pleased with where we are. We want to take the next step, and that's to get in regional play. We missed out on it this year, but to win a regional and move on. So we're driven to do that, and we're trying to get our players with the same mentality that we have. In terms of that, if you have a goal and you want to accomplish that goal and work hard towards that goal, and you can get them collectively to do that, then you got a chance to do something special. And we were close this year. We had the injuries that limited us midweek. We weren't as good midweek, but when you take your midweek starters and put them on the weekend, you can see where we had some struggles there. But outside of that, I thought we performed very, very well, and I like the direction this program's headed. The biggest key for us next year will be leadership. We'll have 3 seniors, and that's not a lot of senior leadership. So it's going to be very, very important for our younger guys who have played a lot, who have been in the program for 2 years, our juniors especially, that have won championships and know what it's like to get into a regional last year and win a championship this year. They have those experiences that we're going to have to build on. They're going to have to be there for our younger guys, teach them the ropes. But if we can get some leadership out of this group coming up, then we'll be okay. I'm a little worried about that. Talent-wise, we always think we have good talent. So we'll continue to coach those guys and teach them the way we always do. We won't do a whole lot different there. I like our freshman class that's coming in. But I'm a firm believer that freshmen are just good enough to get you beat. They have got to go through it, and they've got to learn. They've got to get the experience, and once they do, they can lead you to some special things. So I think we're going to rely on our sophomores and juniors and the 3 seniors we have to really teach our younger guys, get this class ready, and then if we can get them all together and mold them, then we got a chance to be pretty good again.